Hi, I'm James, the author of two book series, Those-80s Cars and American Automotive Design Trends. In this car review, I look at the 1975 Chrysler Cordoba and its first generation. 1975 was the year Chrysler launched a dedicated model into the personal luxury car market with the Cordoba. It was a huge success, racking up 60% of the Chrysler sales volume for the year. Advertised as the small Chrysler, it was produced as a coupe only. The Cordoba had two generations. The first generation was produced from 1975 through 1979, totaling over 662,000 units. The Cordoba came in one body style only, a two-door coupe. There was a singular trim series from 75 through 77. An S model was added in 1978, and the 300 series was revived in 1979 as the ultimate sporty Cordoba. Major standard features included power steering, power brakes, automatic transmission, a chronometer rotary digital clock, and opera windows with opera lamps. This was the first major use of opera lamps across a model's complete production run. Major options included air conditioning, power windows, locks, seat, and various roof options such as vinyl covering selections and sunroof and T-bar choices. Original MSRP increased each year, starting a bit over $5,000 in 1975 and increasing to over $8,000 in 1979 for the Specialty 300 model. Popular options like air conditioning cost around $440, leather seats around $200, and power windows about $100. Exterior dimensions are large by today's standards but were considered intermediate for the period and yet marketed as the smallest Chrysler made to date. Wheelbase is 115 inches with an overall length of 215.3 inches. Width is 76.3 inches and height is 52.6 inches. The car weighs over 4,100 pounds. There are plenty of engine and carburetor choices throughout the first generation. The 360 with two-barrel carburetor was standard in 1975, producing 180 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. Optional engines included a smaller 318 cubic inch V8 or a larger 400 cubic inch V8. For 76 through 78, the standard engine was changed to the 400 cubic inch and the 360 became optional instead. With another fuel crisis unfolding, gas mileage mandates, and tougher emission standards to be met, in 1979 the 318 became standard and the 360 was made optional while the 400 was dropped. The Cordoba is a good example of design fluency in a period when manufacturers made frequent model year changes including exterior and interior designs. Here the front end is examined. The hood sheet metal flows from the windshield to the front clip with sculpted mounds leading to the headlights and turn signals. The hood also proudly wore a center chrome strip and stand-up hood ornament with the Cordoba coin. Grills are upright and formal and changed each year. Round headlights were replaced in 78 with stacked rectangular units. The side sheet metal remained consistent and had a minor update in 1978, giving it a more muscular look. Over the 5-year run, the taillights had 3 designs. Each had a different interpretation of the Cordoba crest in the center. A sunroof was available each year, and the T-bar roof option was added in 1977. Personal luxury cars started in the 50s and 60s, but really burst into the mainstream in the 70s. A design cliché of the period was the use of opera windows, coach lamps, and vinyl tops. Chrysler led the market in these design cues. In 1975 and 1976, buyers could opt for the half vinyl roof known as landau, and they could also opt for the full halo roof. In 1977, Chrysler took the design a step further and offered an angled and padded vinyl top known as crown, and it included an over-the-top illuminated band. For an intermediate car, the trunk was on the small side with less than 14 cubic feet of space. It is fully carpeted with a full-size spare tire cover. Being a Chrysler, fine touches included a chrome trim piece at the trunk opening to secure the carpet. Dash changes were minor over the run. The 1975 models have a 1-year-only design with burled walnut appearance surrounded by fine-tooled filigree metal edging. The steering wheel pad is large with a horn ring. Note how the upper row of instrumentation and switches is placed in 3 recessed sections with the wood trim. These designs changed in 1976 with a cleaner and more modern look using Brazilian rosewood-like inserts, black recessed sections, chrome trim gauges, and steering wheels with smaller center pads. Again, we see examples of manufacturers offering many options and yearly changes during a generational production run. In 1975, the standard interior fabrics included brocade or velour cloth on the standard bench seats with folding center armrest. There was also an optional jacquard print fabric. Sew patterns changed almost every year for the standard bench seat. A low-back 60/40 split bench seat was added as an option in 1976. Special fabrics in '77 included this houndstooth pattern. Tufted and buttoned high-back leather bucket seats with a center console were optional from '75 through '77 and replaced by low-back leather bucket seats in 1978. Door panels changed little over the years. They are covered by soft materials and carpeting for the lower kick areas. The center section was covered in cloth or vinyl to match the seat material and edged by the fine-tooled filigree metal with the Cordoba script from '75 through '77 and replaced by a cleaner trim piece in '78 with the Cordoba coin. The door panels here show manual window cranks and power window switches. Power locks were operated through the lock switch. More interior lights implied more luxury. The Cordoba housed 4 interior courtesy lamps, 1 in each door and 1 under each upper window. An additional map light was included under the dash pad. Chrysler's first dedicated entry into the personal luxury coupe market was a huge success with the Cordoba, but it wasn't Chrysler's first use of the Cordoba name. That distinction goes to a special package on the 1970 Newport. The annual trim, grille, and color changes, coupled with high volume sales, means that if you're in the market for a Cordoba, you will find one that appeals to your particular taste. The Cordoba was redesigned for second generations. The 4-year run lasted from 1980 through 1983. It didn't sell as well, and total production for the second generation was a pinch under 100,000 units. Finally, the Chrysler Cordoba has been immortalized by its marketing campaign and spokesperson Ricardo Montalban, praising the luxury of its fine Corinthian leather. For more information about American cars of the '80s and popular American automotive design trends such as the personal luxury cars and couture cars, visit www.those80s-Cars.com.